Gemini, single friends. Thank you for joining me. The Four Pillars read is going to be for the third week of May for the super singles, totally singles, absolutely singles. We're trying to find your soulmate here. A little different singles read. We're going to ask Spirit to reveal them to us. Or assuming they've been circling the airport forever and they can't land because you've been busy. But now you're wide open, and we're going to bring them down, clear a runway. We're going to pick them up in a limo and take them out and meet them, maybe kind of have a date. And we're going to look at their emotional side. Do a 6 card draw for this. 7 of Cups and the 10 of Swords. And we're going to look at their intellectual side. 4 Cups. They're a little different reading, so bear with me. In the Hierophant. Okay. And then here we're going to have their sexual and love nature, and here we'll have their core values and lifestyle, the 4 pillars of a relationship. Well, let's stop here and look at the emotional and intellectual aspects here. This is kind of like the conscious and the unconscious positions above and below, um, which this would be like the deep unconscious and the emotional side, okay? Um, and when you see 10 of Swords there, so they were hurt in childhood, probably abandoned. Something pretty serious here with them. Um, um, it could be physical abuse, but with 10 of Swords, but it would be severe mental and verbal abuse. Okay. So they suffered that. Remember, this is your person, so nobody's perfect, and we're not talking about any kind of toxic anything here with them. I've yet to see that with this because we're asking Spirit for the one that's right for you, okay? This is not the one that's not right for you, not the one that's going to hurt you. So, 7 of Cups, yeah, they had quite a bit of trauma. And because sometimes I see the 7 of Cups as it's like emotional turmoil, and kind of get that here. I think a Gemini Moon. I'm picking up a Gemini Moon. I know out of this I get a Gemini Moon. But I think they bounce around in their head a lot, and it could be that's the way a Gemini Moon would be. Um, and also like thinking feelings, externalizing feelings, not really dealing with your feelings. You see this again in the intellectual position with the 4 Cups, even though that's the intellect. That's the mind like turning away from bad things. That's the way they are. Um, they don't want to deal with the bad things. And with the 4 Cups and the 7 of Cups, that's kind of tough. So they're not going to want to have the difficult relationships, difficult conversations. That could be a challenge for them. So you want to be extra careful about triggering too. With the 10 of Swords under the 7 of Cups, it's very triggery. A lot of things could trigger them. It's like they see trigger warning on a Facebook post, they're not going to open it. I think a lot of things could trigger them. It's like flat out PTSD. Um, so they will probably tell you about this, what they went through. Um, Really, the only way they know how to deal with it is sort of just not to deal with it. And also with that air moon, maybe is helping. Um, they need some detachment. But with the Hierophant here, they're be a very traditional person. And it's a bit odd because this person too, they tend to going to be traditional about like their childhood and stuff. So if they're not family, God, and country traditional, it might be a little bit in the box thinking. It kind of goes around. Like maybe they don't want to poke around in the world even too deeply into things. That's how kind of triggery they are. So in this instance, with the Hierophant, is sort of like intellectually staying on solid ground. Like they don't like conspiracy theories, or maybe not so open to occult stuff. They may not really like the tarot even. It might be someone who really like. I don't really love the tarot here. I'd say they're a tarot lover. I said this is the one that spirit has for you. Um, so um, I think they'd be very honest and straightforward themselves. I think they'd be very open about their emotions. They might say to people, I'm pretty triggery, and I've been through a lot of stuff, and I have this PTSD. And see what we get for the sexual judgment. And Five of Pentacles. Yeah, they're emotional, really showing up in the sexual here. Um, Core values, Six of Wands. Lifestyle, Three of Wands. It's core values slash lifestyle. And here is a sex slash love nature. I tend to see Mars and Venus here strongly. So we're looking at Gemini Moon. Could be any sign. Don't really have a sense of the sign, which I often don't get with this. But then you have the Six of Wands and the Three of Wands. I think they need a lot of support. Um, and they may do things to give them that support. Like they may even like run. Maybe they have an exercise regime or something they follow. Maybe they do yoga. They might eat a certain way. They're pretty open to new things, like in terms of career and job. Um, with the Three of Wands, they may be the kind of person they don't have one career, something that they lock down on, but they're could be bouncing around and doing many different things. Um, they like praise, and mm, they could even do something where they're an actor or an actress here, kind of energy too. Um, or they work as a someone who's like a life coach, or someone who's say they could manage like a sales team, something where they have to get a lot of energy up and inspire other people and lead them. Sales team comes really strongly to mind too. Something like that. But I mean, honestly, a life coach is not out of the question. But it would be someone that's very inspirational. So they're going to share that with you. So they would have a plethora of these, buck up and be positive and Stuart Smiley, I am good enough type of things about them going on. And then sexually, I'm trying to think of what I'm seeing here. You got this Gemini moon energy, and I think with the judgment, I got to think of Venus and Virgo, and then that would put the Mars. You could also have a Mars in Virgo. But I don't know what else the Venus would be. It could be a Libra Venus, and it could be a Mars in Virgo. But with the Judgment and the Five of Pentacles, I see Virgo energy. So in terms of love and relationship, this would be someone they really gonna like doing things for you. They really come. I gotta tell you, they're your person. Don't freak out. But with this Five of Pentacles, they're really hurt. They come from a place where they had to fight. The Six of Wands. They fought for every like ounce of self-esteem that they have. They were slaughtered in childhood. It was bad abuse. This may be part of their work here, their story. Um, so yeah, they're triggery in the bedroom. I'm not saying it's gonna be bad. They're your soulmate, work it out. But this kind of person, like, don't even think about it in a joke, saying anything critical in that regard. But in terms of love relationship, they're gonna want to do for you. They're kind of geared that way. It's like they feel like they're not enough unless they The bad thing to this a little bit is they may want to help you and fix you and stuff. And so, if you come to them and say, "Wow, I'm really feeling down today," and "Oh, I think the South Node's sucking the life out of my Mars energy in my chart," and they'll be like, "Well, what did I do? What can I do? How can I fix it?" Or something like that. Um, And I think in terms of just sex in general, I can be loyal in terms of love. With judgment here too, they only going to have sex if they're in love, so they may not have a strong sexual history. They may not have a lot of partners, because I think there's somebody stays celibate, probably celibate when you meet them, pretty much till they're in love. So however many times they've been in love, that's how many times they've literally had sex here. I think Gemini's. Yeah. Um, So I think that pretty much describes them. And so let me know what you think, guys. If you come across this person, it's meant to be someone new, someone if you open yourself. I think this is a wonderful reading for a dating site. Get on a dating site and find this person. I know they're there. If you get on Match.com, I have no affiliation or whatever it is, and start talking to them. This kind of person, you might could find him, such as I'm describing here, without actually physically ever meeting them nowadays, right? Thank you, guys.